Hey babes, I'm Homebodylisha and you can call me Lisha. On this channel, I am all about motherhood, anything home related, lifestyle, vlogs, family, those sorts of things. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can go ahead and click that subscribe button below. And today we're going to be talking about what I wish I knew in my 20s, things that I learned in my 20s, that type of thing. So this is definitely going to be a chit chat as if I was talking to my daughter or as if I was talking to my niece. So get into it. So with that being said, I was going to have some type of order. I was thinking I would do it like mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritual type of order. I did take notes here just so I can keep things super organized and I can stay on topic without rambling. But with that being said, I'm just going to be spontaneous and I'm just going to approach the things. I'm going to talk about the things as I wrote them down because these are some just key things that really helped me, that I came to the realization to now in my 30s that I wish I would have known if I would have had a big sister. I am the oldest actually, so if I would have had a big sister or a big cousin, somebody who would teach me, these are some of the things that I would want to know. It would have definitely saved me time, money, and energy. And I'll tell you why. You can't eat what you want, how you want. And what I mean by that is no matter what is your body type, whether you're more curvy, whether you're athletic form, whatever it is, let me tell you, eating out 4 or 5 times a week, alcoholic drinks, just things that are just not that healthy for your body. And I'm not sitting here just spreading that you need to become a vegan or a plant-based. I'm not doing that. But what I am saying, just eating what you want, how you want, like I used to do. I never used to cook. Even though I am a mother, I've been a mother since I was 16 years young. I went through a very long period of time where I was single, okay? And it was just me and my child. And with that being said, I did not cook. I had the money and I used to eat out quite a bit of times. Actually, more times than I'm proud to admit. Let's just say majority of the week I would eat out. So yeah, those things catch up with you. And let me tell you, start catching up with you because you may not be going to the doctor regularly like once a year to have your annual physical checkups in your 20s at 19 and 20, 21, because what's the need? You feel healthy, right? So you may not be doing those things right out the gate. But trust me, when you become 30 and you start having certain aches and pains, and now you have a great job, you're in your career, and you're having your annual physicals, your doctor would tell you what your cholesterol levels look like, what your kidneys look like, and different functions of your body. And that food does catches up with you. You cannot eat what you want, how you want, when you want. Take it from me. Okay, so my next thing that I would say that I learned is to stop stressing things, stop stressing people. God will work everything out. And that is the truth. I can tell you guys that I dated, that I spent so much energy on, as far as like, I don't know, just seeing if they're cheating. Just the stuff that you do when you're in your 20s at times and you're still trying to figure it out. You're trying to figure out other people. Just some of the things that I just allowed myself to stress about is crazy. And the fact that even like for certain jobs that I had, I just remember like being super stressed out if I couldn't like make a shift, maybe because if I had class, college courses to take, and just trying to really like stress and trying to figure out like, okay, do I work and do school? Do I do school only? Do I do work only? It's just so many different things that you would actually like naturally stress. And honestly, even though you're going to do that, it's just a natural human reaction to worry about things or stress about things. Try to keep it in check. Try to check yourself and try to have a nice balance with it. So I wish somebody would have told me that very much early on, because I have gray hairs now and I probably got gray hairs just from worried about things that don't even matter to this day. So anyway, all right. So also another thing that I learned is that this is the moment. Don't procrastinate. Do it now. So with that being said, if there's any, like, if you have drive, I've always been a very ambitious type of person. And some of the things, like, I can go back. I still have notebooks from when I was in high school or from when I was I don't have any from middle school, but I definitely do have some from when I was in high school. And I look back on some of the goals, some of the things that I wrote down. I even look at like my early 20s when I was 25. I just actually came across a notebook that I had when I was 25 years old, and I had dated it and everything. And it was like 10 different goals that I had on there. Girl, babes, do you not know probably 5 of those, half of the list, let's say that, half of the list are some of the stuff that I haven't even done. And probably because I sat there and I thought about it too long, and like anything, if you think about it too long, doubt will set in. Doubt, all these other different things will set in that just would not propel you to go for it and just do it. So I would say that if God gave you the idea, pray about it, ask him what you need to do to execute it, and try to execute the things that you actually want to do. I'm telling you, because you may think you have time, but you don't know. We really don't know. You don't know what's next. You don't know where you're gonna be. You know, it's just so many different factors that can change the outcome. So you just don't know. So with that being said, go for it. If you want to do it, go for it. And if it fails, hey, at least you know that you did it. But if you never do it, if you never try to complete it, it's just that shoulda, woulda, coulda, you know? So yeah, go for it. Execute it as soon as possible. Don't sleep on it, because if you sleep on it, you procrastinate, you're probably not going to do it. Friendships, relationships. Friendships, relationships come and go. So my next thing that I wish I would have known early in my 20s is that friendships, relationships come and go. Let me tell you. So if you're a millennial, you were born in 2000, or if you're a Gen Z, you guys have TikTok, you have social media, and this is cool. It's cool to talk about how like your day ones is not going to be your last ones, right? So it's cool to talk about that now. But let me tell you something. When I was just in high school, we didn't have TikTok. Nobody wasn't TikToking about these type of topics or these type of like important things. So that's something I just had to learn, honestly. Friendships, baby. Some other people I used to be like, oh, my bestie, my bestie, my bestie. Let me tell you something. Where are they now? Crickets. And I'm not saying this is for all people. I'm not saying that. But you will learn that in your 20s, you're trying to find yourself. Hell, even in going into your 30s, you may still be trying to find yourself in certain aspects. Okay? So you're going to learn that friends are going to start shedding away real quick. Some of the people that was your friend in high school and who you were in high school, they fit the bill for high school. As you transition, you go into your early 20s and you start figuring out that you want a career, or you start becoming a family, if you get married, whatever the case may be, those same friends in high school may not support that same person that you are now in your 20s. And you're gonna learn that very fast. Or they may support it, which is a blessing. That's such a beautiful thing. But sometimes everybody don't make the cut, because you're growing, you're learning yourself, and you're transitioning through life as we should each and every day. And you're gonna change. Trust me, you are. And hopefully you're changing for the better. So with you changing for the better and you leveling up yourself, your friends is gonna level up the same way. Trust me. And if you find yourself that you're leveling up and your friends are not leveling up with you, it may be time to have some important conversations and start breaking away some things, because believe it or not, who you're connected to will hinder you or will bring much more success to you. So yeah, I don't want to harp on too many topics, so I'm gonna speak on it. I'm gonna tell you what I learned, and I'm gonna probably say 1 or 2 different things, but I'm gonna move on to the next thing. I don't want to harp. So another thing, this is a big one actually. Don't take things personal. The Scorpio in me, listen, it was such I had to really renew my mindset. I had to really pray about it, of not taking things personal. What I have learned definitely now in my 30s and looking back at it is that we're all on different journeys. I move with respect with everyone, and I try to meet you right here where you are. I don't try to talk over you. I don't try to talk under you. I like to respect people where they are, right, in their journey. And you'll learn when you're dealing with different type of people, or when you're traveling and you're learning different cultures and ethnicities, you learn how to really deal with people. And with that being said, you learn, if you have respect, you'll meet people right here where they are, right? And you have to learn how to not take things personal. Some people are just not where you are. Some people have not had the experiences that you have had. So the things that have shaped you and cultivated you and made you a better person, some people are not there yet. They haven't had those experiences that you've had. They're on a totally different journey. You know what I'm saying? So don't take it personal. Don't take them personal whatsoever. And not only that, it be people, especially with social media, especially with TikTok, it be people that be commenting that don't even know you, don't even know anything about your life, and would never meet you, never know you. You have to learn, stay out those comments or don't feed into, because everybody, you don't know what's going on in their life and they don't know what's going on in your life. Like for real, for real. Even with me now, definitely, you know, becoming more of a digital content creator, share my personal life to an extent. And these people, you know, sometimes people comment things and I don't even let it faze me, because at the end of the day, you don't really know me. And that's just how you have to move with people. So the next thing on my list that I have here is secure the bag to seize opportunities. Whew. Let me tell you, securing the bag is so vital, it's so important. What I mean by this is that, now for me on the other hand, I started working when I was 16 years young, right? But a lot of people did not work at the age of 16. Some people didn't have to work till after high school. Some people didn't work until college. Some people didn't even have to work in college. So seize opportunities. And what seizing opportunities really means is that cultivate, develop relationships. Where you work at, I don't care if you work at McDonald's, I don't care whatever it is that you may be doing. Trust me, develop relationships. Grow your relationships. Treat people with respect. When you do that, so many opportunities will come to you, because guess what? Because of how you treat the next person, how you cultivate those relationships, how you develop your relationships, people will start calling you and start thinking about you. You may not even have to ask for a blessing, but guess what? Because you help them, or because you, in whatever capacity, you keep a great relationship with this particular person, they're going to think of you. That's going to help you seize your opportunities. That's going to help you secure the bag. Securing the bag is way beyond money. I learned securing the bag at this big age, in my 30s now. Securing the bag is really to develop the relationships. To have Dad taught me, you know, you have good credit. Have good credit with everyone. And what that basically means is that do stuff for people without having a price tag for it. Do stuff for people willingly, with a cheerful heart. Because let me tell you something, it's called good credit. And when it's time for you to cash out, it's just going to happen naturally, because you're a good person and because you developing that relationship. That it's going to secure your bag, and opportunity is going to come to you, because people are going to think of you in that space, especially if you're a good person. Don't let that go over your head. More gold. Another thing that I learned definitely now at my big age is travel any chance you get. A lot of people are still stuck in their same area code. Some people haven't left out of 285. Some people haven't left out of Florida. Some people haven't left out of Colorado. Some people have never left out of Texas. Whatever it is, whatever your zip code is, start traveling outside that zip code. And when you start traveling outside that zip code, start traveling outside your state. When you start traveling outside of your state, start traveling outside of other states. When you start traveling outside of other states, start traveling outside of the country. Huge. If you're scared of flights, figure it out with a train or a boat. You have a fear when it comes to flying, when it comes to just find other ways. I'm sure there's a way. There's a will and there's a way to do any and everything. Trust me, they have wheelchair accessible type of ways you can travel. It's a lot of accommodations when it comes to travel these days, and traveling really is not even that expensive. Whether it's just you traveling by yourself or you traveling with a family, there are ways to make it happen. There's buses that go all over throughout the country. Like, it's so many different accommodations for you to travel. I would highly recommend anyone to travel any chance you get. You want to get outside of your familiarity as soon as possible, because that's going to help you learn people. And we got to live in this world with a lot of different people. We don't live in this world with just ourselves or our family, right? You have to live in this world with everyone else. The more you travel, the more that's going to shape you to deal with other people, to understand, to be enlightened, to learn from other people, which is going to shape you to be a better human being. Trust me. Solo dates. And I'm sitting here smiling because solo dates is something that I'm just coming to the realization that I need to do. I think honestly in my 20s, like low-key, I was actually doing solo dates and I didn't even know they were solo dates, because I would just get in my car at times and I would just drive with no destination by myself. And to be honest, sometimes there are things that were on my mind, and once I finished driving and I felt better, but other times there was nothing on my mind. I just wanted to drive around and sightsee type of thing. So that was a solo date as well. However you can see fit to make that happen, I highly recommend solo dating. Get comfortable with dating you. I mean, you want to dress up, you want to look pretty, you want to, the same way you would get yourself together and, you know, look beautiful to show up for someone else, you want to do that for yourself. Okay, listen, honey, because if you appreciate you and you know you, everyone else is going to move in that same manner when it comes to you. So solo dates are extremely important. And sometimes, honestly, you just need to disconnect. Definitely when you're a teacher or when you're a mother, sometimes you can be just overstimulated, right? So you want to have a way sometimes to just unplug and just unwind, and solo dates are extremely important. And you can find different ways to do that as well. One of the things I like to do is on Pinterest. If I'm, you know, kind of like not feeling creative, but I know it's things that I want to do, I definitely look on Pinterest. Pinterest is pretty good to help spark the creativity, you know, of things you could do maybe in your car, things you could do maybe at home, things you could do with the lower budget, things you could do with a high-end budget. However, if you want to go eat, if you want to feel whatever it is, self-care things, Pinterest is pretty good. Don't say I didn't tell you so. So another thing is that I learned is that your body, let me tell you, your body composition will change. Okay, your body is going to change. Your body is not going to be the same way how it was in your 20s. And what I mean by that is it changes with time. It changes with environment. It changes with, you know, your day-to-day activity, you know, whatever your career may be. If your career is a sit-down type of activity, you may notice that you have leg pain. If you have a stand-up type of career, you may notice that your back. It's different things, right? So your environment has a lot to do with it as well. I would have been very, very adamant about going to the gym more, maybe being more active, maybe taking my vitamins more. I just would have been definitely more inclined to do things that would really help my body inside and out. Yeah. Other thing that I wish I would have known in my 20s is that stay home as long as possible. Now, if your home space or a place that you consider home, if it's toxic, I understand. You got to do what you got to do, right? I'm not saying live in toxicity. But if you just want to be grown, you just want to have a place to lay and turn the key and do what you want, how you want, without no one else telling you what to do, I would highly, highly advise to hold off on those things. And if you just want to have time to just do you can go out to a resort. You can have Airbnbs. It's so many different options for that. But definitely stay home as long as possible to really stack your money up, especially the cost of living. No matter what state you live in, no matter what country you live in, the state of living is increasing every single day, and it's just so much going on with the government. I would not go into a rant with that, but it's just so many things that's going on in our economy, right? And so stay home as long as possible, have a plan, stack up, do what you need to do, because it's just going to be so much better for you. It'll be less stress of just trying to figure it out. if you were just to rush out, right? But again, as I stated, if you're in a toxic situation, definitely do what's best for you. Mental health does matter. Another thing that I wish I would have known in my 20s is you can have respect for people, you can have revere for people, however, no people pleasing, right? And I think this is more so touch on like when you're dealing with family members than anybody, because it's so easy to just remove yourself away from a stranger, especially when you're dealing with family members who feel entitled, who have a spirit of entitlement over them. People pleasing, yeah. And if also too, you may find yourself dealing with people pleasing if like you're the oldest, or you're always were held to a higher regard than like your siblings or your cousins or whatever the case may be. You'll find yourself that you people please just naturally because you were given maybe a lot of responsibility when you were younger. It's just something that naturally comes with it. But yeah, that's something I definitely wish I would have known in my 20s is no people pleasing whatsoever. You do what you can, but however, not at the expense of you, right? And no is no. No is an answer. And stand firm on that. So another thing that I wish I would have known is, like I said, I'm just looking at my notebook because I want to stay focused and I don't want to ramble. So I'm going to speak on the things. I may say 1 or 2 lines after that, but I'll go on to the next. So that's what's going on here. So I want you guys to have as much as informative content as much as possible. And I will also say, don't spend that much time harboring the past. I think that's a better way to say it, because naturally as human beings, we reflect on things, and sometimes we're hard on ourselves, we beat ourselves up. It's just a natural response as a human. However, so I would say don't spend that much time harboring over the past. Some things are just out of your control, and it's just plain and simple. The things that you can control, okay, but the things that were out of your control, the shoulda, woulda, coulda, I mean, it is what it is, right? That's why we're having this conversation right now, is because I'm not beating myself up over it at all. I'm just telling you what I wish I would have known and what I learned, and I think it'll help you. Last thing, I'm gonna close out this vlog with this video, however the case may be. I'm gonna close it out with this last thing, because I think this is very, very important, if not the most important, is that accept things for what they are. Accept it. Plain and simple. This is going to help you move so much smoother as you continue to grow daily. Accept things for what they are. You can control you. Plain and simple. You can control you. So you cannot control other people as much as we think we can, as much as we would like to. All you can do is pivot where you need to pivot, right? So you can have open communication, you can have a conversation, because I believe everyone deserves that. Have conversations when conversations are needed, and you would know the time to do so. Once you've had a conversation, maybe to address what you like or what you don't like, right? It's your choice at that point. If someone is not respecting where you are in your journey, whatever that may look like, if someone's not respecting that, then you have an option. And your option is A, continue to be disrespected, or you can pivot. And pivot may means that you may need to distance yourself. That option is going to lie in your hands, and you have full control over what you decide to do. Other than that, you just have to accept things for what they are. And that's just that. It's just that simple. I wanted to really address all the things that I addressed with you guys. I really wanted to give you just things that really have helped me to become a better human being. When I look back and I self-reflect on things, these are things that I would tell my daughter. These are things that I would definitely share with my niece. And I just hope you guys receive that. This is something I would share with my little sister. So I just hope you guys have received the things that I wish I knew in some shape, form, or fashion. I hope it helps you as well. And I would love to see you guys in the comments. If you enjoyed this type of content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.